Hey guys, so today we'll be making this Pinterest top. I've been struggling to find out like where it originates from, but I found a shop, an online shop, Shop Hire. I'll add the link in the description box below. But yes, so I'll be making it I'll just be making organza sleeves, and then the bottom I don't want transparent, but if you want it to be a bit spicy, you guys just continue as shown in the pictures and make the whole thing out of organza. But yeah, let's begin. To create the puffy sleeves, I traced out a pattern of a sleeve that I knew fit me well on a blank white piece of paper. I then divide the sleeve up into 4 pieces. It's not for me to say. Now it's time to cut up the sleeve. Cut up each piece all the way through. Now it's time to tape down the pieces on another piece of paper. As you can see, the spaces on top are larger than the ones on the bottom, as I want a bigger poof on top. It's not for me to say. I then take a ruler and measure a 1 cm for seam allowance. I'll do this around the whole sleeve. Now cut up along this outline. I then cut it up against the fabric. Now to measure up the elastic, I did this against my body and minused 2 centimeters so that the sleeves wouldn't consistently, just keep falling down. So I did it from my armpits over my shoulder and then the width of my arm. Now for the main part of our top. I'm going to cut out a rectangle that's 1.5 times my bust measurement. Now I'm going to take the elastic we'd cut out earlier and pin it to either side of the rectangle. Next I'm going to clean it up by zigzag stitching so that it doesn't fray as much as it already has. Now to attach the elastic to the sleeve, I'm first going to zigzag stitch along the width of the elastic, and then so as to secure it to the fabric, and then I'm going to attach it to the top by pulling it along the fabric as I zigzag stitch it so that the elastic appears to be the same length as the fabric. I'll repeat the same process for the remaining pieces of elastic, and that all depends on what you would like for your top. Oh, look at those ruffles. I'm really excited with the way they turned out. I'm happy. So I'm now going to connect the two pieces of the rectangle together by pinning them down, and then I'm going to straight stitch along the edge. I'm going to clean the edges by using the fold over stitch and then straight stitching along the end. So fold over twice, straight stitch along as close to the edge as possible. Now for the sleeve, we're going to straight stitch along the edge. Now we're going to create a casing for the elastic around the top part of the sleeve. I kind of just guesstimated this based off of the width of my elastic, so mine's roughly plus minus a centimeter, and then I'm going to straight stitch along the edge. And before I forget, leave a centimeter gap so that the elastic can come into the casing, i.e. don't sew it all the way closed. Try and make sure that the casing's even all the way around. Once you've completed that, it's time to put the elastic in the casing. I did this using the safety pin method. Now to create the casing at the bottom, repeat the same process. I'm going to attach the two ends of the elastic by going over it with a zigzag stitch. This will be done with all the elastic ends. And over here, I pulled the elastic back into the casing and then closed the centimeter gap that we made with a straight stitch. Now repeat this process with the rest of your openings in the sleeves. Now to attach the sleeves to the bodice. I match up the seam on the sleeve to the seam of the bodice. I'll pin this down roughly 5 centimeters down from the top of the bodice on both sides. Once the two sleeves are attached, I'm going to zigzag stitch along the pinned area so as to safely secure the sleeves on the bodice. And we're done. Let's see the final product.